My name is Greta Zamparini and I am the director of INSETTI.
My name is Marco Ballerini. I'm a friend of Greta and I helped her in the making of the film as assistant director.
So INSETTI, it's a little poetic story about a young girl. She's 11, her name is Adele, and she's a very shy, nearly mute girl who is very empathic with the natural world, but she has problems connecting with humans. And at one point she takes a little courageous step to just be herself 100%, no matter how different she is from humans. And this, in protecting nature actually, and this will lead her to open her soul and actually take responsibility. And even if she's small, she's able to go with people and have a voice and talk to them. That's one theme of it's like the main theme, which connects also to nature and how it's like how nature actually mirrors our psyche. And so I have always in mind one beautiful sentence from the psychologist and writer Clarissa Pinkola Estes, that she says that the harm that we do to nature is strictly connected to the attunement of our psyche.
Just thinking that nature can really teach people just by contact, like being more sensible to nature, let nature touch you more inside. That can really teach a lot of things.
I'm also the writer of the short movie, and I actually wrote this during COVID. I was isolated, as many of us, all of us. I was in the city, in a big city in Milan during COVID, and I was so longing, so suffering that I couldn't even go to near a tree because parks were closed. And so I took some courses writing for writing cinema with Toby Felholden from England, and this came out from one of these studies with him. I think that every time that we have a look in the mirror, like deep look in the mirror, Michael Ende comes to my mind when he writes about how that looking yourself in the mirror, it's like the most difficult of the challenges. And so I think that always moves you, and I think that made me see that I want to be a more open and also social person. I'm quite introvert, as many artists, and that I think it pushed me to be a bit more courageous and open, and also find the courage to do this was a big step.
That's where my help came in the first place, when I was encouraging her, because reading the story I had the feeling it was a beautiful story, that it was good that this story to be told and listened outside. And it's a story of a little girl. So I think that every one of us, even if we are old, like me, we can still reflect ourselves into little children, and just feeling how vulnerable we can be to things and around us, and how much we can grow up and develop by accepting some challenge. When I read Greta's story, I had the feeling that she was telling the story of a little girl that was in a situation that was, right for her age, but behind these things that were happening to this little girl, I could read, anything like a big story that was actually inside of her, or could have been inside of adults. So it's a little story, but it's also a universal story.
as a game with a friend of mine, actually, with a colleague, we wanted to try if the artificial intelligence could write a theatrical piece for us. You don't know about that. And so we did try and give her like a plot and a structure, and she was like doing very naive, like too naive stuff. So we told her and she excused herself. And then at the end, like, she came up with very not good material for us. We asked her to do it as a little poetry, like a limerick, and we still have it, and it's really nice. And maybe we're gonna do a show soon about that. And she said that she told the story in this little limerick about two women, it was me and my colleague, who were asking artificial intelligence to write a story for them, but they were not happy about it because she was, you know, quite banal. And at the end, she gives herself a monologue saying that artificial intelligence will never have something that only humans can have, and it's the creative process that comes from the soul. And that was astonishing. But apart from this little experience, that scares me a lot. This scares me a lot, and I think that our way is to deepen our spirituality and deepen our this soul that it's only ours. I would like to wish them to work hard and to always follow their enjoyment, even if there is a lot of frustration. But if there's something that makes their heart beats, just go over the frustration, because that's an indication, a way.
I don't know, I'm thinking about a beautiful movie I've seen lately. It's called The Whale. And I think I remember like the last advice that the main character was giving to his students was to be genuine, to be sincere, to be real. Yeah, like not trying to like people, impress people, but just being real and say something true.